and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming, and 70 Mount Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Scary Gourmet. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Hope y'all having a great one. It's, this video will either be going up on Thanksgiving or after Thanksgiving, so, you know, whenever it goes up, happy Thanksgiving, y'all. It's hopefully you stuffed your faces and had a good day with friends and family. I know I will be. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alright, drunk bat time. Alright, now that that's done, there's the matter of the cauliflower. It's supposed to be the main dish. Tomato sauce will work fine for that. Yes. Tomato sauce. Oh, I should probably still heat it up. The oven has pie in there, but microwave should be fine, right? The can of tomato sauce was quickly opened out onto the cauliflower, and with a small spoon I poured it everywhere I could. The white and red together would hopefully have a brain-like effect once it was done heating up. Into the microwave it went, as I gently cradled the vegetable into its depths before entering into the time and letting it run. I'd been making good progress, but suddenly I felt shaky all over again. I took another slow sip of my little glass of blood wine, and then another, but each one didn't seem to be helping me anymore. I looked back at the bottle, forlorn. Oof, dear. Might have overdone it just a little. Perhaps a couple minutes of rest. Just while the main course finishes itself off. Abe? Babe! My eyes blinked slowly until I woke with a start, my head bumping up against Bartholomew's jaw. We rebounded off each other with a sharp noise echoing out. Ow! Hold on, honey. Bring it down a notch. Everything's fine. They had plenty of that vegan-friendly cider at the store. A little food coloring and bam! We have some bloody drinks for our under 21 guests, am I right? My head was still cloudy, but through squinting eyes, I turned about until I could see the clock on the wall. We had a little less than 15, perhaps even just 10 minutes until dinner would have to be served. But somehow, despite the urgency of the moment, I dozed off. No, I can't believe this! All I did was take a sip! How strong is that stuff, Barky? How strong is... Oh, wait. He seemed to have noticed the open bottle of blood wine on the countertop, along with the small glass I'd poured out. The glass was about half empty now, but he picked it up and gave it a sniff. Before downing the rest of it, he turned to me with a small smile. Winnie, you know you're a lightweight. You can't have too much at once or you start getting sleepy. No worries, we should be all good to go now, right? Beep, 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 beep. Just as he said that, our smoke alarm started beeping over and over as we both turned to the oven. Inside it was smoking, and Barky ran for it, popping it open with a hiss as a billow of haze poured into the kitchen. So, you know, water time. And this is why you don't let your drunk gay bat dad make Thanksgiving dinner. Okay, no, not Thanksgiving dinner. Welcome home dinner, I suppose. Halloween dinner. There you go, Halloween dinner. With a cough, I stumbled over to the windows and started airing out the room, with Bartholomew standing meekly to the side with the offending item on the stove. The crisis had been averted, but the pumpkin pie I'd been making from scratch earlier in the day was no more. Charred! Burned to a crisp! Completely ruined! I ruined it all! Oh, Barky, I'm so sorry, honey! Hey, it's okay. Look, the eyes and the brain are still good. You did really well with those while I was out. And listen, we don't really need a dessert for Halloween night, right? That's not it. I feel like a horrible dad. No, honey, no. But it's true. I ruined our daughter's first night back home. I can't cook. I made a huge mess. I don't even know how you're supposed to make good vegan food. And she was so excited to introduce her fancy new girlfriend to us, and I just made the whole thing fall apart. I let myself slide down to the floor of the kitchen as tears stung my eyes. I was sniffling, feeling utterly pathetic, but unable to stop. After a moment, I felt Bartholomew kneeling down next to me. He gently started to pet my head, until I finally looked towards him. He had a soft but worried smile on his face. What's really going on, Winnie? He reached forward and with a gentle motion wiped the tears from my cheeks. If dinner doesn't work out, what are you afraid is going to happen? Why are you so frightened of not impressing this Mozzie girl? I don't know, dear. Maybe it's more than that. If we don't make everything perfect, I'm afraid that Bella won't want to come back home anymore. And I don't know if I can bear that. She's only been gone a couple months, but I miss seeing her so much, and, well, when I left home, it was like my relationship with my parents ended. We still talked, but it was different, and now I don't know how to stop the same thing from happening to her. To us. It was so scary being a dad at first, and we figured it out bit by bit, but I don't know what I'm supposed to be now that she doesn't need me anymore. I know what you mean, babe, I do. Bartholomew held me. He buried my face in his chest, and I felt my tears falling bit by bit into his tank top. After a long silence, he started to speak again, and I could feel a change in his voice. He was more careful. He didn't want to say this wrong. Growing up without a mom or dad was rough. Gonna be pushing 45 soon enough, but I still think about that sometimes. My uncle was a good man, but he didn't know how to raise a kid, not really. So when you and I got married, I thought it was going to be the best day of my life. Couldn't imagine anything else making me as happy as being with you. But then we adopted Bella, and it was like something changed. You made me so happy, honey, but she made us a family. She made me whole. She made us whole, like we were always meant to be. So, water time. Alright, y'all, and we are back. Okay, so, no matter who Bella decides to be or who she's with, we'll still be her family. We'll always love her. It's never gonna change. My God, Barky, you're gonna make me cry again. We stayed on the floor for a minute, embracing and emotionally drained. But somehow I felt a lot better now. Barky himself had been getting teary-eyed during his talk, but it made me so happy to know that he felt willing to share all that with me, too. And who's to say this dinner is even ruined? We can still turn this around. Just a few minutes and I'll think of something, I promise. Alright then. Ding dong. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Hide the pie. On it. We scrambled up from the floor, making sure the windows were all open and fans blowing to get as much smoky smell of the apartment as possible. With a sigh and a squeeze shared between us, we smiled and opened the door. Aw. Dads! Bella, we've missed you, sweetie. Come on in. We're so glad you made it home all safe. From the front porch into the kitchen, our daughter was hopping from foot to foot in her favorite bomber jacket. Aww. What drew my eye, however, was the arm held by her guest, the young witch that would be dining with us as well. The young witch that would be dining with us was, well, shy as anyone I'd ever met. She was wearing classical witching clothes, but they seemed to be genuinely hand-woven from wool, rather than purchased from a designer. A few cute flowers also softened the entire look. Hastily hidden behind her was a small picnic basket, but she seemed to become flustered when I stared at it. Aww. But my attention and Barky's was quickly drawn back to our daughter. She ran forward and gave us both a big hug, squeezing as tight as she could as the door closed out and we all meandered towards the dinner table in the kitchen. Oh my God, it's so good to see you both! Hello? Duh, totally forgot to introduce my super cute, super soft, super amazing new girlfriend, Mozzie! Pow pow, bam! Check her out, she's got it all, smarts and looks, right, you guys? Nice to meet you both. Bella tells me all about you two, so it's wonderful to see your parents in person. Oh, of course, it's a delight to have you here with us, Mozzie. I hope you enjoy your stay. In the meantime, Barky, we should probably get the dinner going right away. Yeah, you're right. The four of us gathered around the small table in our kitchen, with Bella eagerly setting it with plates and utensils as quick as she could. Mothigan herself seemed to be hesitant, but Barky helped to put her at ease, inviting her to sit between him and Bella with a glass of cider. Conversation was well underway when I started to bring the dishes out. Yeah, I'm currently studying applied witchery, which of course requires a culinary course. It seemed interesting, so I went with Nutrition 101, which was mostly made up of sports people. And of course, Bella was studying sports science, so sort of by coincidence we became friends. More than friends, girl. We became besties like right away, Dad. Studying, hanging out in the quad, the whole deal. So, water time. Hope y'all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I think this video is probably going to be going up after Thanksgiving. I don't know if I'm going to be uploading anything on Thanksgiving. I'm too tired, y'all. I am too tired. The freaking pre-Black Friday rush. It drains you. We're basically inseparable, which is why I knew we'd be a great fit once I asked her out. I'm pretty sure I was the one who asked you out, cutie. Well, maybe you did, but I was totally going to invite you to coffee the next day, or week, or maybe the next month. Well, I'm glad your time together has been so wonderful, regardless of how it took shape. That said, do you like your classes so far, Mozzie? Bella has told us all about her time in sports science, and it's clear she's found a passion there. Oh, yeah. Witching is fine, I guess. My family has been asking me to pursue it for a long time, so I don't want to let them down, you know? With my stool brought over to the table and all the dishes assembled, I climbed up, and with a couple hops, was able to swing myself up to the ceiling. It was a bit of extra effort, but eating was always much more pleasant upside down, at least in my experience. Plus, that blood wine was still making me feel dizzy while standing upright. Sorry to interrupt, but we've got some vegan traditional Hallows Eve dishes ready to be served. Hope you all enjoy them. Come on, let's eat already. I'm starving. Oh, yeah. I only had airport food today. I need some vegan goodness. Hey, yeah. Happy Halloween, everyone. Quite so. Now our appetizer this evening is a classic. Eyeballs with a tofu twist, of course. Dig in. The mix of tofu and olives plated together with some ginger to keep it all meshed together were spooned out onto various plates. Barky was the first to take a bite, and I noticed his smile turned to a bit pained as he bit in. I braced myself as well and chomped down the appetizer at one. At first it didn't taste too bad, a bit bitter perhaps, but not unusually so for such a small dish. With every chew I felt my jaws slowing down, my body openly rejecting the meal itself. Truthfully, it wasn't a bit bitter. It was only bitter. The black olives were a mistake to pair with peppers, and the tofu was just absorbing all the bite the ginger had too. It was also untenable, and I had to gulp the hefty glasses of cider to work it down. With trepidation, my eyes turned over to Bella. While Bartholomew and I were taking our time with each piece, she had already cleaned her plate and was ladling more into it. Her fiery jaw was chomping them down like no tomorrow. Apparently ravenous, the airport cuisine had potentially been a blessing in disguise. Mothigan, on the other hand, seemed to be eating very delicately. She had only taken in one eyeball into her dish and was cutting it extremely small before eating each slice with her fork and knife and fork. Her expression was pleasant, but I couldn't be certain that it was just politeness. That was just politeness. Winnie, babe, you okay? Huh? What was that? The rest of the food could probably come out next, right? We don't want to just serve the eyeballs without the main course. He leaned forward and whispered in a hushed, brisk tone. I could really use a palate cleanser. Oh, right, yes. Next up. Second now. Brains! Heated cauliflower and tomato mix for a gory delight. Please have a taste and feel free to share your thoughts. The cauliflower looked a good deal better than the eyeballs, all told. The brain effect was somewhat lost, as the red sauce hadn't quite filled out each ridge as well as I'd hoped. That said, Barky seemed much happier with this than the other prior dish. I lifted it to my mouth. The texture was wrong off the bat. I had brains a few times when I was a child at some fancy events, but this didn't taste anything like that. But still, it was not unpleasant. The tomato and cauliflower was coming together pretty well, all told. But then again, it definitely wasn't what you'd expect from a main course. A bake may have been a better choice after all, and as it was, this was just sauce and veggies heated up. Still, the girls were tucking into it a good deal, despite my misgivings. The dinner had been a failure in being any kind of high-end culinary gourmet, but at the very least they both seemed to be enjoying their time with it. A smile came to my face as they finished their plates, apparently satisfied with the meal. Woo! That was lovely. Thanks for making so much of it, Dads. The campus food is fine, but they never know how to capture that classic home cooking flavor. Not enough love in each dish, you know what I mean? Yes, it was very nice. The flavor profiles were unusual, but I think the bitter and the savory balanced out with all the tofu and cauliflower in the end. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is this was a lovely dinner. Whew! Well, I'm glad to hear it. It really was just something we threw together. Not a big deal, right, dear? Right. No big deal. Wait, but dinner isn't over yet. Mozzie, sweetie, didn't you want to have them try out your dish? Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. I hope you have a wonderful one with your friends and loved ones, and just pig out or relax, watch some videos, play games. Just take some time for yourself. Anyway, I love you all, and I shall see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!